Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DRL's Grand National Series here on DRL TV. Tonight I am your host, David Wellborn, and we are at Mid-Ohio. We are here for, I believe it's 38 laps. Going to call it the Mid-Ohio 84. This man, Chris Lucky, I just don't know what to say about him. He has been on a tear here on these road courses of late, and looks like he may end up winning in it here again tonight, as he has got almost a half a second, or just a little over a half a second fastest speed in the server as it is of now. Been watching him here during practice, and he has made many practice qualifying laps, so I look for him to sit on the pole. uh, our next fastest driver is, of course, Ben Izinga, who is probably waiting to get out on the track. But it's gonna be really close between Chris Lucky and Ben Izinga and Ryan Hesgard. Those are the three fastest drivers here on this road course during practice. So again, we will have no yellows here tonight. This is a driver's track. The driver who makes the least amount of mistakes is the one that's going to end up winning this race. That's all it is to it. You got to keep his car on track. You got to keep it out of the barricades, out of the walls, out of the fences. Mainly just main car control here tonight. The man who has the most car control at this track will walk away with another win, or if we're lucky, we may have a first-time winner here tonight. I'm just not sure. Chris Lucky's going to really have to mess up if that's going to happen, as, like I said, this man is on a tear here tonight. My pick for the night, you guessed it, Chris Lucky. As he is preparing to halfway through his first lap, we're going to jump on board with him when he crosses the start-finish line to see if he actually takes the second lap. If he does, we will ride it out, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably be one and done for most of these gentlemen here tonight. I'm going to try to keep up with all the action that I can. I am, again, by myself as usual, so we'll do the best we can here tonight to try to keep up with all the action. Find us something to look at other than a single car 8 seconds out in front of the rest of the field. Chris Lucky is on the pole as of right now, so we'll ride along with him. Now, they won't be spending a lot of time in fourth gear at this track. Now, we don't want Mr. Lucky to downshift and blow an engine like he did at his last road course. And that is always a possibility. Hang on to it. There you go. And this last little turn right here is the one that's going to send a lot of people to the inside fence. That will do it for his qualifying run. Probably just going to stay out on the track for a little bit of, well, or not. Let's see, who hasn't yet? Ben Izinga has yet to qualify, so let's see if we can't get in with him. As Mr. Izinga is beginning to make his qualifying run here this evening. Hesgard, a full second back. Wow. Now, I think it really was fast in practice. He was the second fastest. He had almost 3 seconds over, or I should say 3/10 of a second over Hesgard. So I'll be looking for, there he is, second. And he's one and done. Let's see, everybody's qualified except for Lee Banks. And I'm not even so sure he's going to be running here tonight, but it says he is. So he's on the track and he's in my car. Wow. I didn't say he could drive my car. That's okay. We'll loan it to him. Now, am I seeing that right? Has he already got damage on the right front fender? He does. Wow. At least that happened on his warm-up lap. I don't believe damage is going to be a big factor here tonight with a little bit of cosmetic damage, as these drivers are going to be mostly in second and third gear. There's only a few stretches on this Mid-Ohio track that you can get into fourth gear, and you're not going to be in it very long, so... And he's off course, so that lap's not going to count. He's going to be lucky if he even gets a lap in. As we are preparing to run this race here tonight, I don't believe Mr. Banks stands a chance at actually grabbing away the pole. So let's see if I can't find... There he is. We'll grab Mr. Lucky and see if we can't get a quick interview with him pre-race. As soon as I get everything moved out of my way enough to, well, Mr. Lucky, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Well, Matt, I hate to say it, but you're probably going to win this race by about 14 seconds. Congratulations on the pole. Thoughts and concerns going into this race? You worried about downshifting too early?
Yeah, Watkins Glen was a disaster. No, not tonight. Probably drive it hard the first few laps, get out to a 2 or 3 second lead, back it down a little bit, and we'll see.
Well, the thing is the man who keeps this car on track, doesn't downshift and blow his engine, is probably going to be the one that walks away with the win here tonight. Do you think that's going to be possible for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a second faster in qualifying. Road course racing is really the only chance I have to win. So, if we were on an oval, Hesgard, Huizinga, a lot of these guys would take me to school. So tonight it's my turn.
Right. Well, we hope you pull it off, man. We really do. And we look forward to seeing this phenomenal run that you're getting ready to have.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep, we'll put you back down where you need to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Lucky, ladies and gentlemen, I just got notice that my iRacing sound may be a little low. Not much I can do about it right now, as for some reason, don't have the option to turn it up. Let's see if I can't fix that real quick. Well, are you kidding me with this? There it is. Doo-doo-doo. Are you still kidding me? Oh, there it is. All right, we'll turn it up. As we get set to get this broadcast underway, let's Chris Lucky's on the pole. Ryan Hesgard is second. And, of course, that's all I'm going to get. Ben Izinga's third. Chris Stouffer, fourth. Chris James, fifth. Mike Lemon, sixth. Bill Edwards, seventh. Getty Buckner, eighth. Andrew Short is ninth. Brent Kingcock, 10th. James Arillo is 11th. And Gary Cronowet, 12th. James Pandolf, 13th. Nathan Pollard, 14th. Roy Grande, 15th. Dustin Jones, 16th. Rod Fastenal, 17th. And Lee Banks is going to round out our field here tonight. Well, as we get set, looks like the cars are getting ready to make their, I guess we'll have at least one warm-up lap. Or not, I don't know. Pace car may duck off, and we go green flag racing from here. The lights are out, so I'm going to assume that that's what's going to happen. So we'll stick here with...
Green.
Wow, that didn't take long. Hesgard battling. Does not have the preferred line going into one. Oh, and he got loose. These gentlemen need to try to figure out single file and make the passes where they can. Looks like Mike Lemon's on the inside of Chris James. Going to move him up the track just a little bit. Chris James battling back, trying to hold that position. He does make it. Mike Lemon's been doing pretty good here of late as well, and he just gives Chris James a shove there. Hey, look, man, you're a little slow. I want around you. Oh, who was that? Izinga off the track. Let's rewind that a little bit and see if we can't see what happens to him. Oh, he's just going to come in just a little too hot. Once you get off track, it's really hard to get back on. And now he's got being challenged there and being passed by Cronowit. Well, he got past Cronowit. My bad. Now, how about old Chris James? Moved his way up into third place, I believe. That's Chris Stouffer in third. Started fourth. Gained one position. Oh no. I think it is looking to make a move on Kingcock. Some tight racing going on right here. Izinga finally makes the move and gets around him. They're beating and banging back here. It looks like Andrew Short and Kingcock's going to get together right here. Now, how they keep it straight, I don't know, but wow. Oh no. Crowder went around. See how much help he had. Don't believe 3 wide is going to work here, gentlemen. Andrew Short just cut his nose off. And the 69's off track. Of course, now that's Grande. And of course, your leader by 1 full second already on lap 3 is Mr. Chris Lucky. And following close behind is Ryan Hesgard with Christopher, Mike Lemon, and Chris James. Chris James having an awesome run here tonight. Getty Butner's moved up a couple of positions already. Izinga battling his way back up front as he's made his way around Bill Edwards. Izinga may walk out of here with a top 3 if he can keep that car up underneath him. It's just hard for me to keep up with all the everything that's going on. Pandolf trying to make a move on Andrew Short. He does, and he's able to make that pass. Stay on track. There we go. Short's going to try to cross him over, though. Not going to work. Pandolf not doing too bad here this evening. Up into the 11th position. Andrew Short doing everything he can to try to get around Pandolf, and is probably going to end up losing another position to Nathan Pollard. Roy Grande already in the pits. That cannot be a scheduled pit stop. So let's see if we can't figure out why he's been disconnected. Okay. I don't know what's going on. We are live, so let's really? Alright, let's see what happens here with Mr. Grande. He's just going to lose it coming over the top of that hill. He doesn't get any damage out of it, but he elects to leave the server. And Hesgard is not letting Chris Lucky get away as he has closed the gap. This battle up front may actually turn into being a battle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll ride along here with our leaders for a few minutes till I can find some cars close together. Wow, my timing board really lying to me. Now these gentlemen can go around 28 or 29 laps on a tank of fuel, but I'm looking to see drivers come in, maybe even short pit around lap 15. Pit stops will be between lap 15 and lap 19. The guy who short pits first may actually pick up some time on this track and a couple of positions on some other drivers. Through these slow winding turns here at Mid-Ohio, you got to really be careful. Asgard seems to gain a little and then ends up losing it right back. Looks like we might be having a battle working up here between Mike Lemon and Chris James. Chris James all over the back end of Mike Lemon. We'll hang with this for a few seconds, see what comes of it. Izinga must have had another mishap as he is dropped back down into the 10th position and about 2 seconds off James Larillo. So they caught Chris Stouffer here for third. So this is working out to be a 3-car battle for third place. Well, these gentlemen know how to get around this track. I don't think I've ever drove it. I may have. It's just been a while since I run a really long road course. Chris James not trying to give up on the back end of Mike Lemon. Mike Lemon all over the back end of Stouffer. And again, this is a battle for third. Now our leader is this man right here, Chris Lucky, working his way around this Mid-Ohio 2.2 mile track. And that solid, beautiful white car who needs a sponsor. Might sponsor him next year if he can win this race. I don't know. We'll think about it. Back to this battle here for third. We jump back here to Izinga. Izinga has finally caught the back end of Larillo. And this, of course, is a battle for ninth. And Izinga's got some major front end damage. Not sure where that came in at, but I'm sure somebody's got some major rear end damage somewhere. Brent Kingcock doing everything he can. Stay in the top 10. Bounce around between these two groups right here. Even with all the damage on the back end, on the front end of Izinga's car, he is still getting around this track pretty fast. as he did make his way around James Larillo for the ninth position. And I don't believe it's going to be long before he makes his way around Kingcott, as he's on the inside of him now. Not sure he liked that too much. And Chris Lucky has pulled away to a 2.5-second lead, so something must have happened to his guard. Let's see if we can't rewind it and see if he gets a little loose somewhere. I don't see anything. Come back to this battle. Mike Lemon hard on the brakes and trying to get to the back end of Christopher for third. Stouffer swung it wide. Was able to get the momentum coming out of that turn. Oh, Getty Butner riding around. 6th spot. Waiting for a mistake. Waiting to capitalize. That's him. I don't believe it's going to be too many more laps before we start seeing drivers starting to make their way down pit road. Wow. I was thinking just slinging that car around this track. How about old Brent Kingcott? Now, he's got Larillo on his back door right now, but not too bad running in the top 10. Bump, bump, move, move. Chris Lucky absolutely dominating this race. We spoke with him earlier. He seems to think if he can keep from missing the gears, he may be all right. Come back to this battle between Bill Edwards and Ben Izinga. Izinga has made his way back into the top 10, looking to try to get back into that 7th position. Oh, JP, wow, what a lot of damage he's got to that right front fender. Come back to this battle right here. Chris Stouffer, Chris James, and Mike Lemon. And again, this is a battle for third. Chris James doing really well at hanging on to it. Stouffer wanting it. Hesgard gained some time on Mr. Lucky there. Gained quite a bit of time on Mr. Lucky. I'm going to assume in the next 3 or 4 laps we're going to start seeing drivers come down pit road. I don't believe we're going to see anybody take 2 tires here at this track. You're going to need all the help you can get. Chris James coming up on, I'm going to assume that that's Nathan Pollard. Getting ready to put him a lap down. You don't want to get caught up in a wreck trying to get around a lapper. Not leading a race anyway. Now, if I was Hesgard, I would think about short pitting right now. Come in a lap earlier, a lap or two earlier than Chris James, and hoping that he can get his 4 tires and fuel in a lot faster on a pit stop and gain some time on the track with them fresh tires. As Izinga is down pit road, he is the first car to come in on lap 15 for his scheduled pit stop. Gonna follow this real close to see if he can get around Nathan Pollard cleanly. Gary Cronowit, 12th place, coming in for his scheduled pit stop. Please don't lose it in front of the leaders. There you go. Let him go by. Next driver to go a lap down will be that KFC car, Rod Fosnaugh. Hesgard made it around safely. Well, Hesgard trying to get around Fosnaugh now. Edwards down pit road for his scheduled pit stop, along with Andrew Short. Being held up just a little bit by Fosnaugh. Mike Lemon being held up a little bit by Nathan Pollard. Not what these drivers want to see when they were trying to catch the leader. Hesgard finally moves Fosnaugh out of his way. And I'm going to assume that who is that? Wow. Pollard off track. Brent Kingcott. Looked like he was down pit road. Chris James trying to his best to get around everybody. Working lap traffic is crazy. The leader finally got around Andrew Marsh. I'll be looking for the leader to come in next time by. As he is back on the back door of Mr. Banks once again. He's running up on him. Lee Banks currently being shown in the 13th position. Getty Buckner down and away. I'm going to keep an eye on the leader here to see when he's going to come down pit road. Now he can go another 10 laps if he chooses to, but that's probably going to be a bad call if you wait that long. He does have 4-second lead over Hesgard, but that's due to traffic. He is able to get through traffic a lot better than Hesgard and Chris James is. I think if Hesgard and James wants to have a shot at this, they're going to need to come down pit road in front of Chris Lucky, especially Hesgard. Dustin Jones being put a lap down. Lorillo's down pit road. These tires are getting old. You got to be careful of the tire spin coming off. Finally, it looks like Lucky's got some breathing room and some open track. Jump back here with Hesgard as he's made his way around Cronowit. And he's going to be looking to try to make up some of that ground that he's lost to the leader. Now that he's got a little bit of open track and is going to be able to work with it. Stouffer down pit road, giving up his 4th place. So we have Chris Lucky, Ryan Hesgard, Chris James, James Pandolf are the only drivers that have yet to come down pit road as of right now, along with Dustin Jones, Lee Banks, and Rod Fossenau. So we're still waiting on drivers to cycle through these pit stops. Oh no! Wow, Cronowit lost it right there and into the barrier. So we can't rewind that. You gonna get on it? Got on it just a little too hard. Lap 21. Our leader is still out. James Pandolf finally down pit road. Hesgard may actually be gaining a little bit. And just as I said that, he lost 0.3 of a second. So we're waiting on Dustin Jones and Lee Banks, Chris James, Hesgard, and Lucky to come down pit road. Ten cars still on the lead lap. Hesgard still losing time to Mr. Lucky. Gotta think Mr. Lucky knows what he's doing. He runs a lot of road course races. Hesgard finally down pit road. Chris James in, giving up his third spot. Now we're still waiting on Dustin Jones to come down pit road. And I believe Nathan Pollard, Lee Banks and Rod Fastenal. Dustin Jones, Lee Banks, Rod Fastenal have yet to come down pit road. There comes Rod Fastenal. Now how much time can Hesgard make up with them fresh tires over Chris Lucky? And is Hesgard in traffic now that he's come back out? That's the thing. Stopping and having to come back through this traffic. Chris Lucky finally comes down pit road. Let's see if he takes all four tires. I'm going to imagine he is. And he does. So how much time is... he lost a lot of time on that pit stop. Hesgard. I believe he had... Oh, whoa, hang on to it. Who was that? I believe that was JP. It was JP. So Hesgard's leading the race. I don't know how that happened. Oh no, Chris Lucky's out. What happened? I wonder if he lost connection. Really? No way. He comes out of the pit road and just overshoots and drives it down into grass here. And He's going to make contact with Mike Lemon. And that's going to be the end of that. Wow. So, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Our new leader of this race is Ryan Hesgard. Let's see if we can't get a hold of Mr. Lucky and see if he wants to comment. I don't believe I see him anymore. Nope. He's kind of probably dejected at what just happened. Well, like I said, the guy that makes the least amount of mistakes here is probably going to walk away with it. I thought it was going to be Chris Lucky. But we may once again see Hesgard again in pit road. Of course, now Mike Lemon's been doing really good. He may have a shot at making up 5 seconds. Maybe. I don't know. You never know about Mike Lemon. So Hesgard will probably be looking at win number 10. Chris Lucky had a really good shot at winning, and it's not going to make it. Lemon actually losing ground to Hesgard. Lee Banks finally down pit road. Still looking to see if I can't. Oh well. I thought maybe I'd get a chance to get an interview with Mr. Lucky, but he is no longer on the server. I'm just wondering if maybe he had a computer failure or something, as because he didn't even quite make it to pit road before he had lost connection. So. See if we can't find some battles going on. I don't think these are battles. I think this is a lot of traffic. Getty Buckner riding around in 5th spot trying to get around these lappers. Not something you want to see, 2 cars battling it out as you're trying to get around them. And they are battling it out for position. Nathan Pollard and James Pandolf are fighting for the 12th position. Getty Buckner is trying to get around them so he can get a shot at Chris James for 4th. Buckner made it around Pollard. Now let's see if he can get around Pandolf. Brent Kingcock out. What in the world is going on with the server? Well, it's saying he's not alive. I'm live. It's saying he's not even in the server, but We can clearly see him racing around the track, so not sure what's going on there. Ben Izinga all the way up to 6th place. After all his troubles, he has made it that far up into the run once again. Butner finally cleared everyone. Mike Lemon doing everything he can to run down Hesgard, has gained a full second. He was at 1.6 seconds back. He has gained a full second over Hesgard onto him, so come on, Lemon. Don't really see any battles. Everybody's so spread out. James Larillo riding around for eighth place. Brent Kingcock still in the top 10, not doing too bad. And this man looking to get it, but he's a long way away from it. Dustin Jones down pit road. Finally, last car to come down pit road. Hesgard just taking his time, riding around. Got 10 laps to go. And he'll have win number 10. But look at old Mike Lemon coming. Mike Lemon is putting the power down. He is hauling the mails. He is trying everything he can to catch the back end of Hesgard. And with 9 laps to go, he's going to have to really drive that machine to do it. He can see him, and that's all that matters. That almost makes a guy want to drive a little bit harder. What Lemon needs is for Hesgard to get held up by some of this lap traffic he's getting ready to run into. He's got Chronowit, and I believe that's Rod Fossenall in front of him. Now, if these two drivers will hold Hesgard up just a little bit, might actually give Lemon a shot. Hesgard's got to be patient to get around this driver. Oh, don't lose it in front of him. Hesgard walking on eggshells to try to get around Fossenall. And that actually gave almost 2 seconds trying to get around Fossenall to Mike Lemon. I don't think Mike Lemon's going to be that patient to get around him, as he is looking to try to take a win away from Hesgard. Oh, Fossenall off the track. Well, that's going to make it real easy for Mike Lemon to get around him. I said it would. Fossenall come back out on the track in front of him. He gets around him. Now Hesgard is going to have to really start putting some distance between him and Lemon in these next 8 laps if he wants to make sure that Lemon can't catch him. And he's got Baker to have to contend with. In at 47, Lee Banks too, second. 8 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Wow. He almost had that car up on 2 wheels. Well, Lemon using all the racetrack and then some. Don't miss a shift. Don't run out of gas either, Hesgard. Oh, Cronowitz, I figured Hesgard would have done caught him by now, but Cronowitz actually not running that bad a time. He is battling to stay on the lead lap. He is the last car on the lead lap in 11th position. And he run a 28.6 that time. Hesgard run a 27.7. So not bad. He is still able to hang on to it. Almost lost it right there. Now we're back here. Oh, wow. That was a strong move by Zinga right there. And if I'm not mistaken, Pandolf and Nathan Pollard are battling it out for position. So, and this position is for 12th. And Nathan Pollard is taking away that position from Pandolf. Well, it looks like Hesgard's finally got to the back end of Cronowitz. I don't think Cronowitz's going to hold him up too much. As he's swinging wide to trying to give Hesgard a little bit of the inside there. I heard somebody hit the wall. Just not sure where it was at. Hesgard now looking to the outside of Cronowitz to try to make that move to get around him. Cronowitz gives it to him. He doesn't hold him up. Mike Lemon needs to make up 3.3 seconds in the next 5 laps if he wants to rob Hesgard. Hesgard's got to contend with Dustin Jones now. He's going to get around him cleanly and pretty fast too. Mike Lemon's got to try everything he can to gain some time to get around these two drivers. Wouldn't it be something to see Mike Lemon come back from so far back to actually win it? Oh, Cronowitz lost it right there. Wow. Five laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Hesgar looking at win number 10. No mistakes for these next 5 laps. Mm. Our next race in this series will be at Bristol. It will be for 200 laps. Can't wait to go back to short track racing. Looking really forward to that race. The next broadcast is going to be tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, in the Truck Series. 75 laps at Michigan. I can't wait for that race. Ryan Hesgar did start this race in second. Chris Lucky, for some reason, after running off track, ended up having to tow and disconnected from the server after making contact with another driver on the track. I still believe he could have made that up and come back and fought his way back, but not sure exactly what happened there. As Hasgard does have the lead now and will most likely walk away with the win, as Mike Lemon did lose quite a bit of time just there this last lap. Hesgar's got to hit his marks, make no mistakes, and don't accidentally downshift into the wrong gear if he wants to win this race for win number 10. Lemon really manhandling this machine to try to gain some ground. Looks like the more he tries to gain, the more he loses. Chris James started this race 5th. He's probably going to walk away with your 3rd place finish. Stouffer started this race 4th, going to finish 4th, provided he can keep it up underneath him. Two laps to go when he crosses the line this time. Wow. Chrono went off track. Don't clip him. Oh, thank God. Not so sure if it was just to try to get out of his way or not, but he definitely ran off track to avoid Chris Stouffer there. I believe that's what happened. Azinga started this race 3rd. Not the finish he wanted to have, but he is currently running in 6th place. And how about old Getty Buckner? Getty Buckner started this race in 8th and he's going to come away with a top 5. Be smooth, Hesgard. 2 more laps, bud. Awesome job Hesgard's done this year as he's working on win number 10. He's going to go into the championship right now. If he wins this race at a 30-point advantage, which is exactly what he's looking forward to having. May actually end up winning Bristol, and man's pretty fast there at Bristol again, so his winning may not be over for this season going into the championship. Of course, now anything can happen at Bristol. It is a short track. Tempers will flare, and you will get moved. Hesgard halfway in this lap, looking to take on win number 10. And that's going to be it. So let's see if we can't grab a hold of Christopher. Once he crosses the start-finish line. And we'll start these interviews real quick. Let's see if let's wait and see if we can get Hesgard's donuts. Unofficially, our results is Ryan Hesgard winning, Mike Lemon second, Chris James third, Christopher fourth, Gaddy Buckner with a top 5, Ben Izinga 6th, Bill Edwards 7th, James Larillo 8th, Brent Keencock 9th, Andrew Short 10th, Gary Cronowitz 11th, James Pandolf 12th, Nathan Pollard 13th, Dustin Jones 14th, Rod Fossenall 15th, Lee Banks 16th. Our leader for most of the race, Chris Lucky 17th, and Roy Grande 18th. Bump him, beat him, push him, that's it. Hesgard did an awesome job here tonight. Had a little luck play in his favor. But still, I'd rather be lucky than good. Let's just go ahead and grab Mr. Hesgard since I'm already on him. Mr. Hesgard, you got a copy? Or did I move him to the right room? Mr. Hesgard, you got a copy? Mike? Not sure. Let's see if we can't grab Chris James in. Move him back down to S2R. Well, Mike muted. Okay, I'll grab him back. Alrighty, let's see. Where am I at? Well, come on. Mr. Hesgard, you got a copy?
David, unmute your mic.
My mic's not muted. I'm not muted, man. I hope I ain't muted. I've been talking the whole race. Let me see if I can't grab somebody else real quick and find out if my mic's muted. Do you got me,
I
Hesgard?
got you now, David.
I don't know what's going on, my man. I wasn't muted.
All right.
Maybe you muted me. You wouldn't do that, would you? Well, win number 10. Going into the playoffs, you're going to have a heck of a lead. Walk us through this race.
This race was, if you only knew.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta, not to indulge in my personal life, but circumstances have not been too fortunate the past week. I'm actually racing from Bill Edwards' house today.
Uh-huh.
He was gracious enough to lend me his kitchen table and some internet. So, yeah, not the most comfortable race, that's for sure. Everything's different, but we'll adapt and overcome.
I know that's right. Well, not too bad of a race here. Lucky had some mishaps coming out of pit road. Run off the track, made contact with another car, and I don't know. I mean, just like he disappeared right then. So I'm not sure if he got mad and quit or what, but he may have had some computer issues. Had he not had that problem, do you think you could have caught him
Well, I had actually taken the lead
on pit road?
from pits, yes, for some pit strategy, but I took left sides by mistake, actually, and it worked out fantastic because the left side tires were worn. So,
So you made a two-tire stop?
I think I made a two-tire stop and
Wow.
5 gallons of gas, and I came out and he was still in the pit road when I came past, but he would have had 4 tires. He would have been clicking off a second faster than me anyway. I mean, I would have loved to see it race out because that's why if I would have known he would have done that, I would have just taken 4. But it's unfortunate he had this field covered tonight, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, well, you always seem to want to prove me wrong. I said at the beginning of this race that wouldn't nobody take 2 tires, and what do? You take 2 tires. So again,
Last year I made the mistake of taking 4 tires, and then I took more than 1 can of gas, and so I knew just going into this race not to do that. So I had it set up on the pace lap. I mean, while I was sitting there, I set everything up and thought I unchecked all 4 tires. Worked out to my benefit, I guess.
right. Well, thoughts and concerns going into Bristol.
I don't know if I'll be here for Bristol or not. I don't think I'll have a place to race from. So, if that's the case, we'll throw in an absentee form. We'll miss Bristol, and hopefully we'll be back for Road America.
Right. Well, wish you the best of luck, my man. And shout outs. Get them in, get them out. No, you got them.
Yeah, I gotta give a big thank big thanks to all the admins in DRL for putting up with all of us. And then, I always end with my teammates, but this week is especially end with that because Bill was gracious enough to let me into his home and hook everything up for me and allow me to race side by side with him. So big thank you to Bill. And then, as always, big thank you to all the SGR guys.
Right. Well, Hesgard, don't know what's going on, but wish you the best of luck, my man. Alrighty, that was Mr. Hesgard, our 10th place winner, or I should, yeah, his 10th time winning, first place here at Ohio for the 84 38 lapper here. We'll move him back down into S2R and bring in Mike Lemon. And let's see, Mr. Lemon is probably going to be in SGK. Mr. Lemon, you got a copy, my man?
Yep, sure do.
Well, not too bad here tonight. You started this race 6. You're going to walk away with a second place finish. I'd actually thought you may end up catching Hesgard there at the end. Do you think if you had about 5 or 6 more laps, you could have done so?
Maybe. The best like the best I could do was catch him a 10th a lap. I was maybe a little faster. If I was in front of him, I probably could pull away a little bit, but I don't know. Second place is pretty good. Chris had a mishap. He came back and got into me, so I hate to see that happen.
Yeah, that was what he got into. Yeah, he had a mishap coming out of pit road, and then he just disconnected. I don't know if it was a computer failure or what, but he was gone before his car ever hit pit road.
Oh, really? Because I seen him go off into the turn, and when he came back on the track, that's when we got into each other.
Yeah, well, basically, I looked and just as I believe he was getting ready to tow, his car just completely disappeared, and he was completely out of the server at that point. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, if it was a screen failure or what. But he did have some misfortunes, and it actually brings you into a second place win or second place finish here tonight. Thoughts and concerns going into Bristol?
Well, Bristol is Bristol. I don't know. I'm confident going into Bristol. Run pretty good there in the past, so we'll just see what happens.
Well, I think you and Hesgard, I think probably going to be ones to watch out for at Bristol. So congratulations on your second place finish, man. Shout outs. Get them in, get them out.
SGK for sure. Getty had a good run, and my teammates had a good run too. I seen Gary spin out in front of me.
Wow.
Coming to the front straight, and I had to thank him because he turned it straight left, so he didn't spin in front of me, so he sacrificed himself there. But yeah, it was a good run.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at Bristol, my man.
Thanks a lot.
Yep. And we'll get here with Mr. James as soon as I can get back up here and do what I got to do. Put Mike Lemon back into SGK. And Chris James is right there in Dysfunctional Patriots. Mr. James, you got a copy?
I do. What's going on, David?
Not much, man. Awesome run here tonight. You did an awesome job. You come away with a third place finish. You actually started this race in 5th. So walk us through it.
The track was real slick out there. I didn't have a lot of experience running on this fixed setup, but kind of figured out slow was fast, and had some fun battles out there, and tried to keep the car clean. Had a few scary moments with the rear end sliding out, but managed to keep the fenders mostly on it and finish the race up.
Well, you did an awesome job here tonight. You're going to walk away with a third place finish. Where do you think you stand in the points? Let me see. Let me pull it up right now.
I stand nowhere because I rank up. points.
Well,
So I come out. I come
wow.
out here because I like road, and I like this track in particular. So I just wanted to come out here and have fun with the GN guys.
Well, not too bad of a job. You showed them up, that's for sure. Come out here and didn't have a bad finish here tonight. Shout outs, my man. Get them in, get them out.
Hey man, shout outs to you in the booth and whatever cigar you're puffing on. Shout out to DPR, folks at Gen X, at the James Pandoff for holding the league, and the drivers, because the competition level in DRL is just bar set so high.
It's Black Cherry Shows, my man. Black Cherry Shows. That's the name of my
good,
cigar.
good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations on your third place finish, my man, and we look forward to seeing you back in your other races that you run in Cup and stuff. So, again, congratulations.
Yes, sir, appreciate it. Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
Where you want me to put you back at? S2R, right?
DPR, man.
I know, I was just messing with you, my man.
Later.
Yep. Well, that's going to bring it almost to a conclose here. Well, I don't know what happened there. Bring it to a close. Let's get currently our unofficial results. Hesgard led 16 laps, finishes first. Lemon second. Chris James third. Stouffer fourth. Buckner fifth. Izinga sixth. Edwards seventh. James Larillo eighth. Brent Kingcock ninth. Andrew Short is going to round out our top 10. Gary Cronowit 11th. James Pandolf 12th. Nathan Pollard 13th. Dustin Jones 14th. Rod Fossenall 15th. Lee Banks 16th. Chris Lucky led 22 laps of this race. Bad connection, something. Don't know exactly what it was, but ends up finishing 17th. And Roy Grande brings home the field. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody who's donated and everything for my wife. All the emails and everything. Still keep them coming. We appreciate it. Love you. I want to thank James Pandolf for everything he does, being the owner of the financial and the marketing. He tips his hat a little bit here in some broadcasting as well. So thank you, JP, for that. Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for the graphics and technical work that they do for DRL and DRL TV. Without them, these races probably wouldn't look half as good as they do. The broadcasters, myself, David Welber Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Butner, James Pandolf. Race control, Martin Wenzel, Getty Butner, James Pandolf, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, and Eric Weatherholtz. Administrators are James Pandolf, Getty Butner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and myself. If you have anything that you need, if you're a driver, just hit us up. I mean, we're always online. Somebody is. I know I am. Hit me up if you need something. We'll work it out. As far as you people out there in TV land or YouTube land, if you got questions or concerns, JP's got a link there. You can hit him up at the website. That's going to conclude our broadcast here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night for our truck race at Michigan. Good night and God bless.